Welcome to the Daily Korea NG News. This is our headlines today. President Donald Trump has revealed details of his recent meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, which took place during Pope Francis' funeral at the Vatican. Speaking to reporters at a New Jersey airport on Sunday, Trump expressed sympathy for Zelenskyy's position, stating that the Ukrainian leader wants to do something good for his country and is working hard amid the ongoing conflict. Trump admitted feeling surprised and disappointed, very disappointed, that Russia had launched missile strikes against Ukraine following discussions between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Trump's peace envoy, Steve Witkoff. When asked about Zelenskyy's request during their meeting, Trump acknowledged, "He told me that he needs more weapons, but we've been saying that for 3 years." Regarding Putin, Trump was direct. "Well, I want him to stop shooting, sit down and sign the deal. We have the confines of a deal. I believe I want him to sign it and be done with it." On whether he trusts the Russian leader, Trump responded cautiously, "I'll let you know in about 2 weeks or less. I think that 3,000 to 4,000 people are dying every week in the conflict." Trump also addressed past tensions with Zelenskyy, describing their relationship as never bad, despite previous disagreements. He observed that the Ukrainian president now seems calmer and believes Zelenskyy understands the picture and wants to make a deal, despite facing a much bigger force. On Trump's message to Putin, in a surprising development, President Trump has publicly addressed Vladimir Putin by his first name, posting Vladimir's top on his Truth social platform. This marks the first time Trump has addressed the Russian leader so directly in public. Trump's frustration appears to be growing after Russia launched a barrage of missiles at Ukraine. Just a day earlier, Trump had stated that Russia was easier to deal with than Ukraine. Our analysts note that social media diplomacy is unlikely to resolve the conflict, as Putin himself doesn't use these platforms. Real diplomatic programs will require face-to-face agreements. India's frustration with global response to terrorism. India continues to express frustration with the international community's response to terrorism originating from Pakistan. Despite being the victim of terrorist attacks, India faces calls for maximum restraint from global powers and organizations like the United Nations. This pattern dates back decades, with Pakistan's frequently receiving substantial foreign and despite concerns about its support for terrorist groups. The United States alone provided approximately $19 billion in aid to Pakistan between 2002 and 2010. Critics argue that the international community should stop lecturing India, cut funding to Pakistan, and address the risk posed by Pakistan's nuclear arsenal. On Canadian election preview, Canadians head to the poll on April 28th in what analysts are calling one of the most consequential federal elections in years. This comes just weeks after Mark Carney was sworn in as Canada's new Prime Minister following Justin Trudeau's resignation. The Liberal Party under Carney currently leads with 42.9% support compared to the Conservative Party's 39.3% under Perry's poll review. Key issues include the high cost of living, affordable housing, healthcare, and Canada's relationships with both the United States and India. The election results will be particularly important given Canada's recent tensions with the United States under the Trump administration and deteriorating relations with India over Khalistan-related issues. And finally, Pope Francis' funeral on Saturday at age 88 had hundreds of thousands of mourners in attendance, along with leaders from 170 foreign delegations. Notable attendees included U.S. President Donald Trump, French President Emmanuel Macron, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, and Argentina's President Javier Milei, amongst others. The funeral presented an unusual diplomatic opportunity, with many world leaders rarely seen in the same room coming together, particularly given the Vatican's increasing role in global politics and the late Pope's advocacy for peace in Ukraine, Gaza, and South Sudan. And that is our headline for today. Thank you for joining us. Please like and subscribe to this channel.